Hey guys, we're going to make a paper sculpture today. So remember that a sculpture is 3D. That means that things stand up and they have sides and you can look at it from all the way around. So in order to make a paper sculpture, you have a poster board base. You are going to need strips of paper and you're going to use a lot of paper, but just use one piece of paper at a time. And you're going to need a glue stick, which you may have to share. I haven't looked in my bag yet, but I don't think I have enough for each person to have one, so we'll have to share that. Scissors and a Sharpie and a scrap piece of paper so that when we do the glue, we don't get glue all over the table. So those are the supplies you need. First thing, go ahead with your Sharpie, write your name on your poster board base somewhere in the corner. Keep your Sharpie because you're going to need it in a minute if you want to roll paper around it. Okay, so what you're going to do after you get your name on your base is you're going to take one strip at a time and you're going to do something to this paper. You are going to accordion fold it, or you're going to roll it, or you're going to cut it in a way that creates something interesting to look at. And I'll show you a couple things that you can do, and you can also kind of invent your own things to do with the paper. And then you'll attach it to the poster board base with the glue, but you want to make it stick up, okay? Because remember, we're making a paper sculpture. So the first thing that I'm going to show you that you could do is if you take the paper and you take the bottom and you fold it back and then flip, fold it back, flip, fold it back. Every time you fold it back, flip it over and fold it back again. That will do a fold that will make it look kind of like a staircase, okay? So when you open it up, kind of looks like that. If you glue it attached, then it can look like a staircase. So you can fold the paper, you can curl the paper by rolling it, by holding it tight around the end of your Sharpie, and by rolling it around that. You can also just roll it up without the Sharpie. If you are good at that, you're welcome to do that, so it makes like a curl. You could cut a piece kind of down the center, but don't go all the way to the bottom. And then I'll start putting these together and kind of showing you how you can build this and make it look really cool. And I'm going to zoom out and adjust my camera so that you can see this a little bit better. Okay, so when you glue, your pieces are going to need feet, okay? And so what I mean by that is you're just making like a little tab, a little folded piece for you to rub the glue on and then for you to attach it, okay? So like let's say that for my first piece I just wanted an arch, okay? So I could take this and I can fold a tab at each end because that's how I'm going to want to glue it so that it is standing up, kind of like think of the St. Louis Arch. And I'm just showing you things, and then once I show you everything, then you can figure this out for yourself. And so what you'll do is on the part that you put the glue on, you just need a little foot, a little fold. And so you're going to rub a fair amount of glue. Remember to use your white paper for this so that we don't get glue all over the table. Okay, so I put glue on both of my ends, and now I'm going to bend this however I want and press down on the little feet that got the glue on them. So you can see when I turn this like this, you can see that it's popping up, which is what we want it to do. Now maybe I want my staircase looking piece. What if I wanted it attached to this arch? So the bottom of this already has a foot piece that I can glue on. This does not, so I would need to bend back a piece. Remember that a foot is just a little fold, it's just a little tab for you to rub the glue on, okay? So we have somewhere to attach it. So I'm rubbing glue on that tab, and I can attach it to my arch. And then I can rub glue on the bottom of this Remember, if you lay it down on the table, use your white paper so that we don't make such a mess, because this glue stick can be very messy. And then let's say I wanted to stick that right there. And if it pops up, it could be that you didn't use enough glue or you didn't hold it for long enough. But you will want to, and you can see this is a better view of it when I turn it around. Okay, so we want our papers to pop up. We want them to be coming off of that base. And then I could maybe take this piece that I cut, again, fold a flap, a little foot. Okay, and I'm going to use my scrap paper and rub glue on that. And let's say I wanted it to be right here. And let's say I wanted these two pieces that I cut. Maybe I want one attached to the top of the staircase, and then this other one could be floppy like that, or I could bend it down and make a foot, and I could attach it this way. So there are so many things that you can do to make this really cool, and you can keep getting taller and taller and taller. Just make sure that you use enough glue on your ends where you want to stick things, and maybe take your fingers and squish and hold that for a few seconds to get it to really stick and stay in place. Okay, so you keep adding. Again, let me show you the view from the side. So the pieces are supposed to be sticking up. You are not laying things flat to your board. You are sticking them up, and you are building this taller and taller as you go. So you feel free to add and make this look however you want. A lot of people say these look like playgrounds. They look like slides and monkey bars and that kind of stuff. So kind of think of it that way, make it look like a paper playground. But this is an example of sculpture where things are three-dimensional. That means it's got height, it's got width, and it's got depth. You can look at it all the way around. Okay, so you use as many strips as you can, but don't waste them, and you just keep adding and adding until you have all of these different things done to your base. You've got all these different things added to your base. Okay, so remember, one strip at a time. Use your scrap paper to do the glue, and we want it to be like a sculpture with things sticking up. We don't want to attach things completely flat where they're laying flat on the board. Things should stick up, because that's the way that a sculpture does, is that things pop up and go out for you to look at it all the way around. So that is what you are doing today. As soon as you're done and you clean up, please twist the glue back down into the stick and put that lid on, and it should make a little snap sound. All these supplies will stay on your table. Let's throw away the gluey paper. We'll just fold that up and throw that away, and then you may take your paper sculpture with you.